Hey guys, producer Millian coming at you. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for being here today on Millian.com, my website. And, I need to vent a little today if you don't mind. Thank you. Thanks for listening. So, I was driving around today. I had to do a couple errands. Now, I own a bearded dragon lizard, if you're familiar. Actually, my son does. It's his pet, but I seem to get stuck taking care of it. But that's okay. Hundreds of dollars later, I have a pet, right? Now, the thing is, this thing has been sick and it's not been doing well. It's got a couple parasites it's being treated for. It's like a whole big mess. This poor thing's not eating. It's just laying there, trying to keep it hydrated and fed and all that. And so I have to go to a couple of these different exotic pet stores to go find things. Now, my day started because I needed to buy, there's a heating lamp that you got to put in there so it can simulate desert climates, even though I live in a desert, but that's beside the point. So I go over to PetSmart, and I'm still not 100% sure why I shop at PetSmart, because every time I go there, they never have what I need. And the people there are, how do I put this? Well, they're dumb. Because I go up there and I have search around, finally find someone. I said, yeah, I'm looking for these, the bearded dragon eats these little things called dubia roaches. They're like not like cockroaches, and not that kind of roach. It's a different kind. And I said, I need some dubia roaches. And he's like, oh, okay, let me call someone over. I need someone to customer support you, that whole thing. So I'm sitting there, nobody's coming over. Now, as I'm standing there, more people are showing up, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, apparently I'm not alone in this battle. And then finally, somebody eventually shows up to this little desk. Everybody jumps in front of me and puts in their orders, and I'm like, okay, day's starting out not so good. I finally get up there, and as they're doing it, I just cut in and I said, do you guys sell dubia roaches? They're like, oh, no, we don't sell those here. And I'm like, ugh. And so I had to get those, couldn't find them. Then I went to find the little heating lamp thing that I need, didn't find them, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Why do I shop here? But as I was going to the PetSmart location, this is more to the point of what I want to get to. The parking lot. And this is like a pet peeve of mine. What I want to know is, guys, why A, do you speed in parking lots, number one, and B, why can't you use the lanes? You know what I mean? Nothing bothers me more than when you're in a parking lot, you're in a space, you're getting ready to go, and some jacko is cutting through all the spots, just weaving his way out because he's too damn impatient to actually use a lane. That drives me absolutely nuts. So that happens today. And also, the other thing that's bothering me about parking lots, it seems like whenever I go to the grocery store, whenever I go to, Walmart, goes without say. Today it happened at a pet store. And I hate being accosted by person after person in the parking lot asking me for change. Now, here's the thing. Now, before you all start getting mad at me, now listen, hear me out. I am a very compassionate, loving person, and if people can't see that, then they can bite me. But what I'm saying is that I will help anybody. I don't care. Money's not a big deal to me. If you need money and I got a $100 bill, I've given $100 bills to people on the street that ask me for money. I have no problem giving out money. What I'm getting sick of is the racket. Because I see when I'm driving by down the street where the supermarket and a Walmart, there's like across the street from each other. In the parking lots, if you see they're standing on the corner holding their little signs, they have these strategic places all mapped out. They're doing this as a business. And I'm thinking to myself, this is getting crazy. And every single time I'm in the parking lot, somebody somewhere comes up to me, can you spare any change? And here's how I know it's a scam. Because they all say the same thing. I live on the other side of town, I'm trying to get enough money for the bus. And one time I gave a guy like a $5 bill, didn't go anywhere. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, bro, I just gave you enough money to get from here to the other side of you can get to the next city if you play your cards right. And nothing. And then I thought you had to catch a bus. But no, he's still running the operation. Then I had someone today kind of give me the same thing. Oh, could you give me any money? I don't want to lose my food stamps. I got to catch a bus. It's always about the bus. You know what I mean? And I think to myself, okay, you've been standing here for 6 hours asking people for money to get to the bus. The city's not that big. If you just started walking and asking people along the way, you could have been there by now. You wouldn't even need the bus and you kept all the money that you made along the way. But no, it's a racket. It's an operation that they're running. Today, I saw it, I see it coming a mile away. I drove into the parking lot. I'm getting ready to park at the PetSmart, and I see a woman walking, and she's got that stalky kind of look. They're like, that whole thing. And I said, okay. And I drive in the correct lane in the parking lot because I'm not a jerk and I don't cut through. And I'm driving through the lane, and I said, okay. I start pulling into a spot. She starts, angling herself towards me. I said, I'm going to do an experiment. I want to see what happens. I backed the car out, rolled it all the way around to the other side of the parking lot. She walks all the way up, spots me, turns, and comes back. Like 3 times I did this because I just wanted to see how persistent this woman would be. And the same thing, by the time I get out, do you have any money? I need to get on a bus. I don't want to lose my food stamps. And I'm like, okay. Now, first off, nobody carries cash anymore. I got nothing to give you. And one time, flipped me out. I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have any cash. There's nothing I can give you. That's okay. I take a credit card here on my phone. I'm like, what? You're killing me, man. So that was that experience. So I finally managed to go to a different pet store. So I went down to a different place in town where there's a Home Depot and there's another pet store. Same thing, the Home Depot parking lot, people just whizzing through the lanes. This place is gigantic. This parking lot's gigantic. And people are whizzing through and they're like, oh, what are you doing, man? Follow the lanes. Because like I said before, you know what's going to happen? You're going to put somebody's lights out because you're zipping through not paying attention. And then you were in such a hurry, you're going to be screaming like a little puss and crying your eyes out that, oh, I'm so sorry, I never meant this. But you know what? You should have thought of that before you acted like a jerk. So parking lots are on my nerves today. Just for that reason that, one, I would just like to walk into the grocery store and come back out without somebody asking me for money. It happened today at this grocery store as well. Same thing with parking all over the place. Parking lots and panhandling. And again, I have nothing against people that are in trouble or need help. I'm happy to help you. But I can tell when you're running a scam and an operation. I've seen you work in teams. There was the other day I was at the grocery store and I was walking out, I was pushing my cart to the car. And I see this guy kind of walking, and they always have like the backpack on, and they got like the beanie hat, and they're kind of like walking crouched like this. And he's sort of like almost shadowing me, but from a distance, I'm like, no, I see what you're up to. And then I look across the parking lot. I see one guy over this side, one guy. It's like they're working the neutral zone trap if you're a hockey fan. And so I see this guy, and just for kicks, I've circled around like 4 times. This guy didn't know whether to laugh, cry, come after me, to get mad. He didn't know what to do. And by the time I finally shook him off there, off the trail of me, he connects up with his other guys. And I'm watching, I see them all walking around the parking lot stalking. It's like, guys, I see you coming a mile away. Can we please get back to just a plain old parking lot where I can park and do my business and not bother anyone? Look, if you truly need help, I'll help you. But I just know when you're taking a tinkle on my leg and trying to tell me it's raining. That's what bothers me the most. And then just cutting through the parking spaces. Gotta stop, guys. Please, I'm begging you. Gotta stop. All right. Ran over. I think I've had enough today. Gotta get back to work. And my internet's down today, so whether I get to work's another story, but that's the plan. All right, guys. Here on the website, Millian.com, use the contact form. Please send me a message if this drives you up the wall too. And if you're in need, don't ask me for money. And don't come into the parking lot. Please, you're killing me. But anyway, Producer Millian, out. See you guys soon. Thanks.